Welcome to Finnish Brutality 2019. This is day 2, stage 4, brought to you by Varusteleka and Sako. I'm going to hand off setup to Ziga from Polenar Tactical.
So shooter begins behind a Sako precision rifle, aimed at a spinner target, loaded, finger off the trigger and off safe. Pistol should be in condition 3 and holstered. Shooter will not use a rifle on this stage. Mike.
At the buzzer, the shooter will have 5 rounds to spin the spinner. As soon as the spinner spins, the shooter will open the bolt for safety and then move to the first crate. If the shooter expends all 5 rounds without spinning the spinner, they will open the bolt and continue the stage. The shooter will move to the first crate and from within 1 meter of the crate, engage and neutralize the second array of pepper poppers. Shooter will then open the crate, which contains 2 numbers clearly displayed. Shooter will then move to the second crate and from within 1 meter of the crate, engage and neutralize the third array of pepper poppers. Shooter will then open the crate and see 2 more numbers clearly displayed. Shooter will move to the third crate and from the designated shooting area, engage and neutralize the 4th array of pepper poppers. Shooter will then unload and show clear and reholster their pistol. Shooter will then open the crate and unlock the padlock securing the heavy sandbag to the crate using the numbers memorized at the first 2 crates. Shooter will then carry the heavy bag back to the starting position and deposit it on the cargo pallet. Shooter will then draw and reload their pistol and neutralize the remaining pepper poppers from the designated shooting area. Carl.
Scoring. Not spinning the spinner is a penalty. Any pistol poppers left standing are a penalty. Not depositing the heavy bag on the pallet is a penalty. If the code is right, but the lock does not open, the RO will allow the shooter to continue as long as they present it to the RO. Bag must not touch the ground. Abandoning the spinner and not attempting to spin it in some form of weird gaming would be a double penalty of 120 seconds.
Okay, I'm ready.
Alright, stand by!
Welcome to day 2 and stage 4 of Finnish Brutality 2019. I woke up perky today, ready to take this on after a rough day yesterday.
And both of you absolutely smoked it under 100 seconds, no penalties. Congratulations, both of you.
Thank you so
awesome.
much. But you did as well.
I think I did all right.
You had no penalties.
No penalties. We can get onto that when I talk about my screw-ups.
Fair enough. This is interesting in that this is a stage where the first 5 rounds matter a whole lot.
Yes, correct. I should just start, right?
Yeah.
So the first challenge was having a Sako, the M10, right?
Mm-hmm.
308 sniper rifle. You had to set it up, and on the beep, you had to spin the spinner at 100 meters.
100 meters.
Around, yeah. So for me, the whole preparation was the most important because the bipod was too high, the monopod was too low. So for me, just getting this kind of my natural point of aim and trying to get the rifle in a proper position before I even start, that was the key.
Yeah.
Like the arrow was already, you know, starting to getting nervous. Like, can you start? And it's like just a bit. Got it, and then that made the stage for
You
me.
also had your Slovenian antenna installed.
Oh yeah, this makes me run faster and shoot better.
I thought it was a channel to the ancient spirits.
But the point about natural alignment is if it's not right, first of all, the shots will go towards wherever your tendency to push the rifle
Yes.
is, and also when it recoils, it won't come back where you need it to be. So if you're pushing way to the right, the shots will go in the opposite direction, will go way to the left, and the rifle will jump to the left under recoil, and then you've got to reacquire the whole thing. And I middle fingered it.
Yeah, you did the British thing.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting.
Now, I used the monopod, which gave me total control over the rifle. So then I thought, I don't need the pistol grip. The trigger is awesome on that thing. I mean, that rifle is just amazing.
It does all the work for
but
you.
Comes with a massive price tag.
It does.
But also
thank you,
there's-
Sadko, for lending it to us.
Oh yeah, the rifle shot perfectly. One thing also to mention, when I first went behind the rifle, because it has a pistol grip on a sniper rifle, my first tendency was to grip it like this, right? And then the last moment I remembered, you know, pretty much like you said, you don't have to grip it like this, and I used my thumb outside, just my trigger on the finger, and that's it, you know,
Yeah.
so because you're faster than on the
Yeah, because
bolt
getting
handle.
your thumb out takes just that little bit of a second, and I just held the bolt handle like I do on Mad Minute things
Yeah,
on any
yeah.
rifle that allows
That's
it.
that British
I
thing.
never
Yeah.
tried that technique, so I
Yeah.
didn't want to try it on the match, but
Yeah,
it
so-
looked really fast.
So the trigger's awesome, so I did that. And what we've been clear from running the RO match and on Friday was your spatial awareness of where it's swinging. Because if you hit it on the wrong swing, you will stop it.
Which
Oh,
we
yeah.
saw.
Which we saw a couple of guys that were doing really well, and then it went dong and was stationary.
Yeah, so that happens to my happened to my friend Matej, just because of all of the dust. He didn't see that the plate was actually coming towards him, and shot it, and just it was standing still.
The scope
He
was
stopped it.
The scope was a 5 to 25 power. Some people cranked it right up as if they were trying to shoot the balls off a fly sitting on it. If it had gone lower than 5, I'd have wound it back. But 5 is too high to shoot with both eyes open. So
True.
you've got no 3D image. You've got to interpret what you're seeing in 2D under stress. Because once that beep goes. And I think I didn't let it ever swing. And by manipulating the bolt really fast, I could spend more time observing and less time doing the administrative task of working the bolt, and that helped me. My fourth hit took it like that, and I was
You were
like,
close.
I was so close.
Both Ziga and I were able to pull it off in 4,
Yeah.
which is
well
unusual,
done.
actually.
But there was one thing I don't think. Yeah, it shows in the video, but I actually had this OODA loop where I spent it with a fourth shot, but I was focusing on just on the sight and getting back, you know, like and getting ready. So when people, you know, said like, oh yeah, you got it really good, you know, I was just like, oh shit, what to do now? The hamster
Yeah.
started to run. It was on the stage, on the you know, people looking at me. It was like very fast, but for me it was like, what now?
Send
Shot,
it.
yeah, send it, and then
Yeah, your perception of time on the timer can be really skewed because you had time stretch there. I
Yeah,
had it
yeah.
yesterday when I had the metric mag problem. I reviewed my footage and I was like, I thought it took me 3 times longer than that to take the mag off and fiddle with the
yeah.
get the round out and put it back on.
adrenaline can do really good things.
Yeah.
If you know how to channel it properly, yeah.
If you can keep yourself calm under pressure.
This stage had that as well because you had to remember all 4 digits, which were broken into 2 pieces, of the lock at the end of the stage.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's another thing that's under stress. Not only that, when you have to spin the little tumblers, you're going from shooting a sniper rifle, running and shooting, remembering 4 digits, and then delicately putting in these 4 digits and then unlocking the padlock, which sounds like not a big deal. But when the time's going, suddenly this becomes, and the numbers go by, and you're like, oh, you go back through the wheel or whatever.
Yeah.
It's an interesting,
I
it's a
lost a lot
high
of
speed to
time there.
low speed thing.
Yeah.
In regards to the sniper rifle, which is the precision rifle, however you want to refer to it, you guys touched on all this, right? So this is something that I see a lot with people that are not used to precision shooting at all, right? 1, use too much magnification. You always want to use the least amount of magnification necessary to complete the task. typically that's frequently 4,
Yep.
which is why we see so many scopes, combat-oriented scopes, ACOGs today, but back in World War II, the PU's 3.5, the German G43 Z4 is 4. You know, everything's 4, 4, 4, because in field conditions out to about 400 meters, 4 does the job, right? And so once you start going above that, you reduce your area, your view area, and you therefore reduce your situational awareness. And this target's really cool for this because you have to recognize where it is in the time cycle to send the round.
Yep.
Not only that, you don't need to send the round when you think you need it. You need to send it slightly before where it needs to be because there's still time in flight for the bullet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2 factors. Not just time of the flight of the bullet, it does matter. But the second thing is your brain deciding, oh, I have to shoot now, going towards your
Yep.
finger, and then actually moving the finger, not just like pressing
And
like
not-
this.
and not
and
mashing
there
the
is
trigger.
there is a part of second which, if you are aiming, if you want to shoot it when it's perfectly on the down position, you will usually miss it because when it goes up again, it's you're too low and you miss under it.
People were missing, even if their timing was right, they were missing, which is probably
Yeah.
getting overexcited and mashing the trigger.
Could be, yeah.
So if you have this all right and you stay calm and you have your magnification low enough and you have your natural point of aim where you're not muscling the gun. If you're ever, like you said, if you're ever having to push the gun to get it to where you want it to be on target, you are not using natural point of aim, you are muscling the gun. But once you have it right and it's sitting there and you have the magnification right and you're behind it, you should be able to fire the gun, cycle the bolt, and never lose the picture of the target you're engaging through the glass.
Yeah.
And that was the way to succeed with this, which, even though this is just a match, that target with that rifle to me represents so many elements of what matters in quote-unquote DMR, sniper, or precision shooting.
Yeah. Also, I think the key to that spinner was, for a lot of people, I know that people had this phrase, but slow is smooth, smooth is fast. You didn't have to be that fast on a sniper rifle. You had to be smooth, loaded, and even if you missed one swing, no problem. Just, you know, like...
Stay calm.
Exactly, and get a shot at proper time, and then the swinger swings, comes back, and you just waited for the right
Yep.
moment and go. You didn't have to shoot it like in each swing, so...
We saw people that stayed calm, and they missed, so that the spinner goes like this, they hit it. It spins back, forward, spins back, and they didn't take the shot. Goes back, goes forward, goes back. They still didn't take the shot. Goes back, and then on that, really, the third presentation, they engaged, but we saw people successfully spin it that way, if they kept their cool.
Yeah, yeah. And the other interesting thing is this is light ammunition. This is 123 grain at about 2,900 feet per second and some loose change. Sponsored by Sarko. Thank you again very much
Yes.
for the ammunition. It would have been easier with NATO ball
Yeah, it would have.
because the power factor would have been much, much higher.
But I think the difficulty level was just right for what
It
we
was
wanted.
perfect.
Just bloop.
You could, yeah. If you didn't, you could make a few errors, but once you'd accumulated too many, you were.
You could make
Yeah.
one or two,
You
but you're
were
right
done.
after that. The rest of the stage was really cool, and running back with the sandbag was fun, but frankly for me, that sniper rifle part made that
Yeah.
one.
Now,
Definitely.
Now, the rest of it, I had the fun of running up to the first bay of targets, cocking the pistol, and the mag fell out.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oops! There we go. And that was fine. Shot that. The first one was 3-0. Okay, 30. Run. Engage the others. 0-6.
Oh, this is an easy one to
Oh,
remember.
Bell's trolling me.
I didn't know what it was
No.
either, so
I had the same one.
but I didn't know that.
No.
So, yeah.
That was my first thought was, oh, that's easy to remember. I just think I'm being trolled.
The Finns designed all the codes,
Yeah.
so I didn't know what
Yeah.
they were either, yeah.
Ran to the end one. I shot the 3 plates. I knew I'd hit, and on the second one, strangely, the RO out of force of habit called hit. And then I went to unload and show clear. And I showed clear, and at the corner of my eye, I saw that the middle one was still standing. So I went to grab the mag, and the RO said, "No, you hit it." What? No, I called hit. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's how that works. When the R calls a hit, it's a hit.
Yeah. Back in the holster, and this is where the guys with the Kydex holsters are at a huge advantage
Yes.
over the soft ones. And this one, I had to stick it in, and because there's no...
And you had to latch it because
I had to-
retention matters at two gun.
I had to latch it, and these have 2 buttons. It's not as quick as a thumb brake, but it's got double security. So I hooked it up, grabbed the sandbags, and on Friday we've been running the RO match, so we've been carrying around the sandbags, and I was thinking, oh my god, these are heavy. And then, okay, open the thing, pick it up, sticking on my shoulder. Adrenaline is a hell of a drug. And I was like, this is fine. Up we go, way up the range, down, and then I'm screwing with my second mag in here, because I think for what I'm doing here, not a correct mag, but
it
more
works.
militarily correct as a secondary than having mags elsewhere. So
Yeah.
I thought this is good. I got the mag out, got it out, and that was brilliant. And I didn't feel the pain at the time, and now thigh burn.
Just wait for tomorrow.
Yeah, my back is starting to get a bit old manish, and that was brilliant. And it's the thing that came up with the Casado drill yesterday was that I really expected to struggle with the physical element of this far more than I have.
Once it kicks in.
Once it kicks
But
in.
that said, you shot a great stage.
Oh, thank you.
I really, and you shot an even better one, because you beat me by 3 seconds.
Yeah.
89, 91,
Barely.
and
107.
107.
Barely.
Yeah, we were close. Yeah,
I-
I didn't have
yeah.
a Slovenian antenna though.
Yeah.
I couldn't open the lock on the first try.
Yeah.
And then on the second try, I was telling the numbers out loud, and the RO said like, "You're good to go." I tried like 3 times.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I.
They have to be just right. But
Just right,
the
yeah.
ROs did say that if you got it right and it didn't unlatch like on 1 or 2 tries, they
Yeah.
would say that you could go.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was awesome. What a great start to day 2.
Yep.
We've got 2 more awesome stages to come. I tell you, they are.
Probably with some mud, judging by the weather forecast.
It's looking like rain. That's why we're in this incredible Finnish woodshed. So we're publishing this to 3 different channels. We're publishing it to Bloke on the Range, InRangeTV, or Polenar Tactical, depending on which channel you saw this one on. Look at one of the other channels for one of the other stages from Finnish Brutality 2019. Stay tuned for a lot more cool Finnish match footage.
Engage and neutralise the third array of pistol pop. Pistol. Oh fuck.
It's okay. Start over.
Yeah. Of pepper pop. I've got to correct the things that are.
Pepper, popper, pistol, peppers. Just start from the beginning again.
I can't believe you just did that.
You did that awesomely. You couldn't have done that again if you tried.
No.
That's for an outtake.
Time! 89:06.
Nice!
Amazing.
Makes me run faster.
Incredible trick.
Makes me run.
Well, it channels the ancient spirits of Slovenia. Good run.
Nice job, Ziga.
Cool.